All right, so Dominic, so here's where you're going. So you'll go games, okay, and then you'll have to add a guest, and you can like add multiple guests, right? So, and that way it'll give us a bunch of different shots, and you can just change the name by editing, and then you tap on the guest, and you could, PGA or FireMaker or whatever you want to put in there, right? And just hit accept, doesn't matter male or female. And then if you hit next, and Jeremy will get it set up, but you hit close to the pin, right? And then next, and we've got 109 golf courses on here. So I'm just gonna choose a sample. So like if we wanted to choose Cabo del Sol Ocean Course, right? So if you choose that, and then when you hit next, it's gonna go in these options, right? Over here, game options, you can't moderate any of those. The first thing I want you to do is hit tees and pins, first thing I want you to do is hit play time and hit 20 attempts, okay? And that gives us the maximum number of attempts. So if you have six players in the where we put all those guests in, that'll give you 120 shots before the game has to be restarted, and it'll tell you to restart it. But then, so that's playtime. Then you want to choose tees and pins. So this is where it shows you what the holes are. Go to holes, and it'll highlight all the par threes. So hole 7, hole 13, hole 17, hole 6. Those are all the par threes at this golf course. Generally pick something, and it'll tell you the general distances of tees down here. And that, we always want something around 140 to 150 yards, just from a distance perspective. We don't want people hitting sand wedges up into the roof, things like that. But, so like for example, if I pick this hole 17, looks pretty easy. It's 140 yards from the blue tees. So that's again under the hole. And if you go to tees and pins, I'm gonna highlight blue tees, and then you can shift the pins around to get a ideal distance. Again, keep it like 145 to 155. Okay, here we'll choose, 155, kind of a back middle pin, and then you just hit tee off, and voila, there it is. Here's a weird, tricky thing. I don't know why it does this. I'm gonna figure it out from E6, but it aims everything slightly off center. And so you can always drag the little aiming bar to the right yardage. So I got my finger on here, dragging it right in line with the pin. You get the little diagonal arrow of this aiming bar onto the line, or you can do it over here on this, on this little map. But again, you want it aimed pretty much right where the end of this diagonal line comes down, and the matching yardage or a few yards shorter is fine. But it'll always tell you the total yardage here, all right? So those are the nuances of setting this thing up, but there's a ton of different options. Jeremy will show you some too. And then to exit out, always E6, exit round, main menu. If we want to do a long drive, you can just keep, I'm gonna add more guests just to show you. And then you can do long drive. You can do long drive Las Vegas, which is cool. And it's just long drive range. Oops, I gotta download that. Continue, it should just take a second. There we go. Next. And teams, I think you can put teams. Maybe we don't want to do Vegas. I've never even done that. Let's just choose regular long drive. Next. And then just a flat range. Next. Playtime, 20 attempts, tees and pins, whatever, 250 is the longest. And then just tee off, and it sets up the driving range. Okay, and it'll record. You might have to do a manual sheet of what the scores are. I'll figure out if you can change names in the game. I'm not sure how you do that. So hopefully that helps, and yeah, good luck. Call me with any questions. Thanks.